recap of, as usual, we'll have a quick recap and then we'll get on to the other interesting things in SAP. All right. So I'll be going on mute. In the meantime, any questions as regards the subject, please put it up in your Q&A section. Okay. Good morning. We'll wait for a couple of more minutes. We'll start. All right. So once again, uh, warm welcome, and we will start off today's session. So yesterday we saw some very interesting things, and we moved on from the theory side of SAP to the practical side of SAP, and we saw the process of you entering into a specific SAP system. So we said that we had 3 steps even before you can log into your desired SAP system. So what are the 3 steps? One is having your GUI downloaded on your systems, could be your laptop or your desktop, and you have your system credentials. So what do I mean by system credentials? So as I grow in the field of SAP, I started adding years to my experience. So what happens? I may not be necessarily working on only one project. I may be working on n number of projects. Maybe it could be 3, it could be 4. And moreover, when you are into managing the projects, it's more inevitable that you have n number of systems to access to find out how things are working in the specific project. It could be the issues, whatever. And the third and the most important step is getting your personal access by the means of the client for which you can access the SAP system, your user IDs, and your passwords. Correct? So these 3 are the most essential steps for you to log into the SAP system. Now, I said all your information, your personal information is very, very confidential. Your user ID, your password. Yesterday you saw the reason as to why I said it was confidential, because you saw each and every time from the moment I enter into the SAP system, my user ID is tracked. The system keeps tracks of each and every movement, each and every screen which I have accessed, okay, and each and every transaction which I have performed. Clear? You saw that. So at a later point in time, I cannot deny that I have not done this. Clear? Because the transaction would have taken up your name. And the password is case sensitive, meaning in the very first instance, you will be getting all this information, the client ID, the user ID, and the password also. So it could be welcome123, it could be 1234, whatever, from the system administrator. So later, what you need to do is for the first time you log into the SAP system, it will ask you to change the password. The very first time after you see this mail and try to enter into the SAP system and you give the password, it immediately asks you for the new password. And for the second time, it will ask you for a confirmation. Are you confirming the new password? So at that moment, please make a note. Have a scratch pad or a scratch or a notebook or whatever, where you are making note of this user ID and your password in case you forget. Now, suppose you have forgot your password. What can you do? Now you have tried giving the password once, twice, thrice, and all the 3 attempts are failing. You have given the wrong password thrice. So how will the system behave? Now it will not give you the permission to change the password. All right. Now this you will have to send out a mail to your administrator saying that this is the issue. Your password or your system has got locked. Now he will reset the password and send out a mail again. Clear? And the same process repeats. You need to change your password and reset your password. So all these processes they have. But did you see the impact? So suppose you, in 2 cases, one is you have shared your password with your close colleague. You know the implications, and you have given the system password 3 times erroneously. So you know the impact. Now, once you have given all these informations correctly, the system logs on and logs on in which mode? In the easy access mode. Typically, what happens in your easy access? In your easy access screen, basically your end users or your employees, they enter the day-to-day transactions. Clear? So they are responsible and they are given access to, in 99 cases out of the 100 cases, the end users are given access to only this particular screen. They are not given the access to the other screen at all. Now, what is the other screen that I'm talking about? I'm talking about the consultants area. Clear? So you are not given access to your consultants screen at all. All right. Now, yesterday, as a generic discussion, we also understood the responsibility of a consultant. Where was that? Just a moment. Where did I put that up? Graphic user interface. I had made note of it, right? Let me just. Role of a consultant. See. We have the typical responsibilities of a consultant. So what does he do? You can just read it for a minute. So yesterday we had a discussion on this. Okay. Preparation of various testing, your user manuals. All right. Now, what else did we learn yesterday? Now, let us say something goes wrong with while the user is carrying out a transaction, he encounters an error. How does SAP throw out the errors? In the sense, how does SAP indicate the errors? Basically, SAP has a color code by which it indicates the criticality of the error. Meaning, if the message is indicated to the system user in the red or in the black color, it is very, very critical, and this error needs to be rectified or corrected by the suitable person for the system or for the end user to proceed. So yesterday we encountered an error where it said July period was not open for the transaction in GM01. I hope you remember that error. Now there is another color scheme where the system indicates it is in yellow, and this message which is displayed in yellow is necessarily could not be an error. It could just be an information. OK, but does this stop the end user from carrying out his work? No, the end user can happily go ahead with his work. SAP will not stop him from carrying out his work. So yesterday we answered a few questions. Can one SAP system, can one client have one company? Can it have more one company code in or rather two company codes indicated by the same code? No, it cannot have. There is only one GM01. There is only one 0001 in your client. Clear? So when we open the system, you saw 200 client, 300 client, 400 client, and I have been given access to the 900 client. So what we did, we entered a transaction. We entered a simple transaction. Can the other clients, 200, 300, 400, 500, can it have a GM01? The answer is yes. It can have GM01. But can 900 have two GM01? No, it cannot have more than one GM01. Clear? But the same client can have any other company codes. It can have GM02, it can have 999, it can have ABCD, whatever. But it cannot have one more GM0. It definitely cannot have two GM01s. Is this clear? Now, I also made a statement earlier saying that in SAP, a transaction means your document, or your document means transaction. Alternative names for your transaction: document in SAP and transaction in a normal English. Now, where does it end? Where does it conclude? Every transaction ends with a creation of a document type and a document number. It is a must. There can be no transaction in SAP without the document number. It will not happen at all. Please remember, there will be no transaction without the generation of a document type and a number range. What is a number range? You saw this number getting generated, 1000141. So did I give this number? No, automatically SAP generated once I enter the document or I enter the transaction correctly. I entered the document without any errors. Clear? So when you practice, when you get hold of any system, shortly I think you'll be given this test system. Even if you practice, I'll give you a set of a few general ledger accounts which will help you to carry forward any of your transactions. OK, only that you need to make a list and try to remember. Clear? I'll give you a list of probably 10 GL accounts wherein you can use to experiment. Clear? And I don't know when I had created this GL accounts, but if there is any error, please come back to me the next day. once you practice, once you get hold of the, see, I'm talking about once when you get hold of the active SAP system, whatever I'm using now. Yeah. So we also saw how you get to see this transaction or get to see this document. So you understood the process of posting also. What was posting? Saving a document. Saving a transaction, the process is referred to as post. Clear? So we also saw this transaction. Now, shortcut keys, somebody asked me, is there any other shortcut key apart from function F8? Yes. And we saw how this practically work also. Clear? So this is what we saw yesterday. Clear? So anything to be revised? Don't worry, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'll give you a list of all the general ledger accounts, which you probably can make note and start using your how to retrieve more than one document. OK. How to retrieve more than one document. OK, I will take you to the SAP system and let me start today's practical session by this question. How to retrieve more than one document. Yesterday also we saw this, right? Anyway, I have no problems in repeating it again. No problem. So get used to the logon process. I have the GUI. I have double clicked. I got my SAP system. ER2 is my current SAP system. So 900 is my client. I'll enter my user ID and my password. So I told you the number of clients within the 900 within the ER2 system. System name is ER2. In ER2, I have so many clients. Yeah, but for now, I have been given access to the 900 client. Now, the first question, how do you retrieve n number of documents? OK, more than one document. So I'm in the easy access. Clear? Accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, document. It's not entry. I'm not trying to enter any transaction, but I want to retrieve a document. So that's why I go to this document option, click on the arrow pointing right, go to FB03 document display. I don't know the document number. Clear? I want to retrieve all the documents for GM01 for the financial year 2025. I don't think I'll see more than one document. Fine. Now, how will I get a list of all the other documents? Go to the document list on top. Can you see? I've not entered any document type. Please be aware. This document number field is blank because I don't know. I'll have to retrieve so many documents. Correct? Go to the document list. Click. From the company code GM01, I can restrict myself to any number of any document type. So I would give from AA to ZZ. All the documents, whatever I have entered for the financial year 2025. Let me first fetch all the documents for the financial year 2025. I think I'm the only person who has entered for this financial year. Let me just check. But see, I have opened up all the documents. Yep. I'll execute this document. I'll execute this transaction. See, as I said, only one document. Now, yesterday I entered this document. Now, let me take back. Let me go back a year. For 2024, I want to retrieve all the documents from all the document types. Execute. So can you see how many documents it has got? It has retrieved SA, KZ, KA, DZ, DR, so ZP. So all these document types are being retrieved for the fiscal 2024. Did I answer your question? This is how we retrieve. You do not even have to mention the document types. Let me see if it works. Specify. I think I need to give one more selection criteria. So I can retrieve the documents entered into the system as I can also specify a posting date. See, based on these conditions, you can retrieve any document. You can retrieve the documents. Clear? Now I will double click on a document. I don't know if I have entered this or somebody else would have entered this. I don't know. So through this screen, you can enter into individual documents also, even without you remembering it. Now I want to see who has done this entry. Go to the document header display. See, oh, every time I'm getting caught here. No problem. I'll try to retrieve another document. OK. I have picked up some random document. This also I'm the owner, I guess. Nobody has entered, is it? OK, let me pick up KZ or something. Oh, OK, let me enter. I don't think I have entered this document, ZP. Let me understand who has done this. Oh, this also I have done. OK, nobody else has entered. Surprise. So whatever I wanted to tell you was the owner of each and every transaction is tracked. It gives me the owner of the transaction when the person has entered 12th of July 2024, more than a year ago. Yeah. So this is how this document, and I will go out from this. I think it's mine. OK, fine. So now I hope I have answered that question of yours, how to retrieve more than one document. Clear? Now, yesterday, somebody was asking how to download information to Excel. Let me see if I have this export INT. I'll delete this file. All right, I will go to the SAP system and download it again. So what is the purpose? The purpose is to download information from SAP to any other file. It could be your text file, it could be your Excel, by whatever. All right. How do I do it? How do I achieve it? General ledger, information system, general ledger reports, master data, chart of accounts. Just give the chart of accounts INT or GM00. You can give whatever. Yesterday I retrieved GM00. Today I'm retrieving, yesterday I retrieved INT, standard chart of accounts. This I'm retrieving GM00 because GM00 is the operational chart of accounts to which GM01 company code is assigned. Clear? I'll execute. So these many GL accounts are available for me in my operational chart of accounts. So how do I extract this into my Excel? More, list, export, spreadsheet. Click on spreadsheet. So you can change the format, but I'll retain the standard, whatever it wanted to, whatever format the system has by default. Continue. See, it is downloading all the information. It is downloading. GM00COA, GM00 chart of accounts. Where do I download? I download it on my desktop and save it. So it will keep asking you whether you need to allow. Just keep allowing. So now you'll see that it has downloaded. Can you see the GL accounts, how it has been downloaded into gm00coa.xlsx? So this is how you download the information from SAP to Excel, or it could be your text also, whatever. See how many GL accounts are there? 226 general ledger accounts are there in my GM00 chart of accounts. Clear? So I think I have answered two questions. One was the how to download. This was yesterday's question, how to download information from SAP to Excel. And vice versa is also possible. You can upload data from Excel to SAP also. But for that, we need a different tool. OK. And one more question was, how do you see more than one document in SAP? I hope I've answered both the questions. Yeah.
So in public question, I have posted all the questions.
OK. Yeah. OK, Kunal, I'll take them. From which T code we can get? What is that? Will you repeat process of retrieving data? OK, I'll do that. Yeah. How to download the Excel? How to retrieve more than one document? How is SAP PST? See, I'll go in the bottom-up approach. See, for filing your GST, it is a different process. So this needs a combination of your your SD consultants, and the finance consultants. If you really want me to take you through the process, it may not be possible because this in itself is a huge module. GST, there are specialists for GST alone. For the VAT taxation also, we had experts. OK, they were called as taxation experts. Here also we have in SAP people who are experts in GST. Their area is only to take care of GST in SAP. But on the surface, if you want me to tell you in very, very simple English, how does this happen? It is a combination of your finance module, your purchase module, and your sales module. Clear? Your GST is achieved by a combination of these three people. See, retrieval of a document, it is the same transaction code as that you retrieve a single document, nothing else. I can show you the process. I will repeat, not a problem. I'll retrieve the set of documents. There is no special place. There is no place different to retrieve one document, and there is no special place for you to retrieve a number of documents. It is only one transaction. There's only one place. All right. And let me reply. And the transaction code is FB03. I will take you through the process. Yes, we can do document splitting in SAP. There also it is a setup. But just hold on. Do not jump into the topics. Please hold on. Yes, document splitting is one of the most wonderful features what SAP has given. And I have already explained, or I've already told you the scenario when we use the concept of document splitting. Clear? There are lots of steps where you achieve this document splitting. OK, it is not just one step. There are n number of steps which you need to perform as a consultant to enable the system for you to do the document splitting. Don't worry, I will explain the process of document splitting, because here most of them would not have understood. Clear? So coming back to the question as to how you retrieve n number of data, n number of documents. It is the same transaction code. It is the same place which you navigate to achieve this. Just hold on. So accounting, what is the purpose? I'm trying to retrieve more than one document. Accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, document, FB03. It is the same transaction code, whether it is one document or n number of documents. Clear? If at all you remember the document number, you can give. But as a supervisor who's managing, say, 3 to 4 people or even 5 to 10 people who are working under me, so they keep entering transactions day in and day out. Suppose I want to retrieve
Sir, have you stopped your sharing or something like that? Nagaraj sir? 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 Sir, am I audible to you? Students, just wait. I'm checking it, the issue, what has happened.
now, you're able to hear to me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, I'll reshare the screen.
Sure, sir.
I don't know what the issue was.
Not an issue, sir.
Students, just hold on.
What do you
Kunal,
think, sir?
Excel sheet is okay?
Sir, nothing has been said till now.
Just a moment. I think I shared it. The Excel sheet, Kunal?
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Perfect. Okay. Dear students, I was just trying to log into the SAP system. So I will take you to the process. So what was the requirement? To see or to retrieve more than one document. Okay. So the transaction code is the same. There is absolutely no change in the transaction code at all. It is a same transaction code. All right. I will take you to the. I'll take you to the place. SAP Easy
Sir,
Access. Yeah.
student are saying that it is not visible. Can you do one thing like log out and log in again and share the screen?
Sure. I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. What I'll do is I'll leave and then rejoin.
Sure, sir.
I'm sharing the screen, Kunal.
Sir, don't know what is happening. Nothing is visible. Okay, just hold on, sir.
I'm right now in the SAP screen.
Students, I think right now it will be visible. Just check and confirm only 1 or 2 students. The student is saying he is able to see the video. You can continue your class, sir.
Sure, thank you. So the purpose was to retrieve more than one document. So how do I go to that particular transaction? Accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, document, FB03. FB03 is a transaction group. Here I can enter only one document if I remember, or if I do not, let us see what I can do. For the year 2024. Just watch, I'm not entering the document number at all because a lot of transactions have taken place in the fiscal 2024. For 2025, yesterday was the only document. Clear? Go to the document list on top. Can you see the document list on top? Click on that option. Mention the fiscal year. Mention the document type, or you can, let me just check. So I don't even have to mention the document type, whatever I want to retrieve. If I'm very specific about a specific transaction, then I can do it. But if I'm not, it's okay. It retrieves all the document types. SA, DZ, KZ, DR, ZP. Are you okay with it now? Now, if I want to see any document, I simply can double click. I have double clicked. I have picked up some random document. I have double clicked on that. So it will take me back to the transaction. See, the transaction was sample expense account to debit, sample expense account number to credit. So who has done this entry? It's me again. Okay, so that's why I said, and when was this done? This was done on 14th of May 2024, more than 1 year. Clear? So were you in a position to understand how we retrieve more than one document? The transaction code is the same, FB03. I hope I have answered all the questions now. Let me just check the questions. How to generate? Just hold on here. Please do not ask me the integration questions now. Okay. How to generate a purchase order? Please hold on. Can we change the ledger? No. No. The main layer, the leading ledger is always 0L, which is just SAP standard deliverable. And across the globe, the whole of the universe is happy with the 0L. But you can have any number of non-leading ledgers. But preferably we do not change the leading ledger. It has to be 0L only because this is a standard which we have followed. Did I answer the question? I see a lot of questions on the purchase order, sales order. Please hold on. We have not yet reached that time. Now, what is a gap analysis? So now, when we discussed about the project steps, so I said, when you're gathering the requirements, when you're trying to analyze the business of your implementing partner, if there is a gap between what SAP can deliver and what the implementing partner has asked, if there is a gap, if you're not able to address the issue through SAP, this is your gap analysis. This is your gap. The gap between what the implementing partner has asked and how SAP can address the issue. Does it need a external entity, like we downloaded the SAP data to Excel. So some kind of an interface is it required for SAP to address. So this is called as the gap analysis. Simple. Clear? Now, what is a landscape? The landscape is nothing but the arrangement of your servers in your SAP system. In your SAP project, suppose I'm working for Hindustan Unilever Limited. I'm also a consultant for, say, Reliance. I'm also a consultant for Tata. So how the servers are being set up in the Hindustan Unilever? How the servers are set up in the Tata scenario? How my servers, SAP servers, are set up in the Reliance scenario? This is called as a landscape. So basically, your landscape is the arrangement of the servers, geography of the servers. You're like your development server, your quality server, your production server. Did I answer your question? All right. So for people who have asked questions and they have been answered, please indicate the same in your Q&A section. Okay. Yeah, it can be different. Why not? What do you mean by time? Because you're talking about two different entities. One is you're talking about the date and another is talking about the time. So it's obviously different, right? If I'm entering today by 11:52 a.m. So today is the date and 11:52 a.m. is the time. So that's perfectly okay. Both are different. Obviously, both will be different, right? The date and the time. Please tell me if I've understood your question correctly. Yeah. Good, you confirm. Thank you. So others also, please confirm if I have answered your questions. But you can ask me again. If at all I have slipped, if at all I have missed your question, please ask me again. Not a problem. All right. Now, so I hope this was clear about the document retrieval. Okay, now let me log into the SAP system again. Now I enter a document. Now basically, there are two ways of entering a voucher. One was your FB50, which we saw yesterday. I'm going to the same place. Don't worry. Now there is another way of looking at entering a simple journal voucher. All right. Now, F-02. Normally, this is what is being used by the end users. No harm in using FB50 also, but F-02 is preferred. Double click. See, if you're noting it down, see, can you see the document type automatically being picked up? Because I chose the option of a document entry journal voucher. So automatically it picks up the document type. Now, a new thing for you people. As I said, this portion, whatever you're seeing, whatever is visible to you, is called as a document header. Yep. Now, in some of the fields you see a star. What does that mean? That means to say that the user has to enter some meaningful data in that particular field, else SAP will not proceed. You will have to enter data. That is an indication of a star. All right. So I'll enter the date today. I'll enter the company code. I'll enter the currency. Now, if I want to enter any reference, I can do it. JV number. Five 6 2 4 8, what some JV number. This is going to be your day document header. Now, just scroll down the screen, pull down the cursor. Can you see the automatic posting key being taken up as a debit? Now, what I'll do is I'll debit the bank account because I'll have to explain one more concept in SAP. I'll debit the bank account, expense account credit, bank account debit. OK, so same as of yesterday, 113105, I guess, was the GL account. OK, I'll enter now. So I have entered the posting key. The system automatically has entered the posting key, and I have given the GL number. You can pick up the general ledger account. So you have the F4 drop down, click. You can select any option. Click, and I have picked up some random general ledger account. Click. Now, if you want to arrange this in order, see it is not sorted. Correct? You see some lower numbers somewhere in the middle. And if you want to sort this information, just go to this GL account header. Just click. Can you see it is sorting? Clear? Now I want to pick up the bank account 1105 sample bank account. OK, good. Or let me not use this. Let me not use it because this is for. Where is the sample general ledger? Sample general ledger account number 2 1113115. I'm debiting this. OK, I'm doing it on purpose. So it has opened the next screen for me. This is a sample account number 2. I'm entering the transaction in GM01. Now the amount. Let me say I'll enter some 63635. 63,635. So I'll enter some text being the expenses. Now the next line item, I'm going to put 50. I'm going to enter 50 because I know it is a general ledger account and 50 is a credit. I want to indicate a credit now. So what can I enter the credit? I'll pick up some expense account. I'm crediting the expense account. Where do I see the expense? Some random expense. OK, I'll take GST 11111. Somebody has created some GST account. I have not created. Some random. OK, 111. Now I'm going to enter. $63635. Oh, it is asking me for the tax code. Let me enter some random tax code I0. Text. Enter the base amount that the system calculated. OK, there seems to be something wrong with the GL account. Not a problem. I'll take up another general ledger account. So guys, what we'll do is we'll take a break, short break for 10 minutes and reassemble by 12:10. Will that be OK?
Sure, sir.
OK, Kunal. Yeah. So students, we are taking a break and we are assembling by 12:12. OK. So dear students, I am just logging into the SAP system. So there was a question why expense account is credited and not debited. I'll have a reason. Okay, I'll explain as to why I am getting into the scenario. You're all able to hear to me and see the screen. Can somebody please confirm? I'm sharing my SAP screen. Kunal, you're able to see the screen? Students, are you able to hear to me and also see the screen? I'm sharing my.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Screen is
Thank you,
visible. Your voice is clear.
Thank you, Kunal. So we are trying to understand a concept and also trying to learn how differently we can enter the transaction also. So yesterday we took up one method to enter the journal voucher. Today we'll see the